I'm so confused, bro. Let's just let it play out. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. Okay? Okay, and? The sky is blue, the grass is green. This shit doesn't make sense. It remains to be seen. I'm lost at this point. Y'all probably already know this after my rant a couple minutes back, but I'm lost. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. And nobody knows. I'm just pulling evidence out of my ass and nobody cares. They are letting me do this. I have no clue what I'm talking about. Yo YouTube, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I have for you part number 4 in the second Ace Attorney game called Justice for All within the trilogy. I'm gonna find a way better way to shorten that going forward, but that's the best I got for you guys right now. So last time we went and we talked to Eenie Meenie and did some investigating on our own, got ourselves a little bit of investigation like tools that Pearl gave us as well. And we have a prime suspect in Eenie Meenie because we learned that she's actually the sister of the person who was killed in that car wreck. We also learned that she was working underneath the doctor as well while he was under a lot of fire. So there could be a potential scandal here that we have to uncover. Right now we don't have all the pieces yet, but I'm excited to see how they all line up. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. What? Prosecutor von Karma? You mean... Oh, that's right. We're going to be going against von Karma. Von Karma's successor. It's his daughter. No, I heard it's its successor this time. Successor? Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win. Yeah, I remember. You don't gotta remind me. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Let's say 4 or 40. I gotta stop clicking before I read the text. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those dirty verdicts. Guilty verdicts. Bro, where's my brain at? And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya. Oh, okay, it's Pearly. Pearly! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way! I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Is this your first time out the house? Yo, this is crazy. How'd you get here? A bus? Who got you here? They didn't have Uber back then. This game came out in 2004. You took a taxi or something. Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. Oh my god. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh my. That was like a 5-hour run, 6-hour run. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a terrain? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? There's way too much history you gotta get caught up on before you can be in this grown-up conversation, Pearl. He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. Oh my gosh. I thought he was about to show up. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. Okay, we can stop with the objections. It was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life... Maya! Please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone? And he's not coming back? Huh? What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. What happened? I played the DLC. He was there. We stopped him from leaving. No, he did put in his resignation though. Oh, at the end of the game, I think I remember during that whole thing, the Chief Gant case, because he was going to resign anyway. And then afterwards they went to his office and saw he put that in. I gotta see if that's actually true or not, but whoa. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Okay, so we're gonna get to that later. Nick? Yeah, okay. I'd like to know the details if there's anything else around that, though. Interesting to know why he would decide to do that. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Okay. Yo, why is she kinda... What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Oh, yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Who said that? I didn't say that. Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor von Karma? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. Okay, I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. What the hell? Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, then I'm sure you could... Did you just whip the judge? Ain't no way! Bro. Ah, nah, now we letting dominatrixes in here? What? I'm talking. How is she allowed to do that? If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I absolutely beg of you. Yeah! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of von Karma blood only have one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified defense plea in no time. Yeah, she's got to go on the thumbnail. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of himself. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. Oh, look. She's doing that bowing shit that Edgeworth did. Yo, is this where you picked this up, Edgeworth? How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at the map. What is this Squid Game? What the hell did you draw? The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Ah, and that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. You've said that about every single damn case, and I've always weeded my way in. You're such a fraud. Floor plans. A diagram of the channeling chamber. Let's, So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. Okay. Cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Autopsy report added to the record. The court accepts it into evidence, Mr. Wright. You may now begin to question the witness, bro. I do it every single time. All right. So the direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now why would he have... Objection! Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints. Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Fey, were also on the grip, sir. Interesting. So that's a solid case that she did in fact fire the weapon, or at least held the weapon. So the defendant's fingerprints were left open on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point blank range. Let's question this. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Tisk tisk. I can't figure out which one I'm gonna use of her. She needs to have like a meltdown face, I feel. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. Oh, wait, go back. Okay, so he was stabbed, then shot? Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, Maya Fey's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I'll tell you what I will do. I will have you taken out of this courtroom for freaking trying to hit people with a whip. Weirdo. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. So they missed the fatal stabbing, like the initial stab. Wound wasn't fatal. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Okay, so stabbed him with the intent to kill. But it didn't happen though, so the gunshot happened afterwards. But the gunshot came from behind the little thing. So that's a contradiction right there we need to keep in mind. Because when she stabbed him, likely it didn't finish him off. So maybe the ghost, the spirit, did actually come and try to kill him, but it didn't actually kill him. It still wasn't Maya though, it was the spirit of Minnie's sister. Then Minnie shot through the wall. I wonder if that's what it is. Also, why was Minnie there at the estate? Was she trying to channel her sister too? Like, I don't know. It doesn't add up. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Okay. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep. Sure as can be. One look at the wounds and you come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. Like, what? Who are you trying to be, Eminem? I got a banana hammock. You know what I'm planning? I'm planning to do shit. I got a door hinge orange. You gotta do... Like, come on now. Yeah. Just repeating words. Don't get it wrong. Eminem, don't get it wrong. Eminem's still the GOAT, but like, a pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Doesn't matter which was first. Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ugh, what a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well, the court accepts them into evidence. Okay, was Gray's 2 shots fired, bears Maya and Gray's fingerprints. Knife added to the court record. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. Huh. This does seem like an open and shut case. Oh my gosh, bro. Naturally! This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there was no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, you still wish to plead not guilty. It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to be justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. Yo, Judge, you know me. When the pressure lays on thick, you know I gotta lay out the two-piece on them. And you know what that is. You know what that is. Objection! Maybe not objection, but you know what I'm saying. If we pled a justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined. She'd be labeled a murderer. And we can't have that happen. I'm glad we're on the same page, Phoenix. Your Honor! Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of a complete acquittal. Are you serious? You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective! Yes, sir. Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. Now, see here. The proceedings are run by... Get this freaky woman out of here. Oh, yes, of course. And we're just gonna let her do it? Like, what are we... This is a circus. This is exactly what Edgeworth has been talking about. You're not just the clown. You're the entire circus. Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Okay, well, what's the other piece of incriminating evidence? So I'm glad we're getting another testimony, because I'm not gonna lie, we're lost another one. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Okay. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Maya's costume added to the court record. Alright, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of the testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's freaking disturbing. I know, got the full government name in every single sentence. Sorry, but okay, let's press this. Alrighty. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kinda scary to that, you know, pal? Come on now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Oh! Oh, that's fucking rich. Oh, that's hella rich. Bro, so she can walk in here, slapping the judge, slapping the prosecution, slapping me, the defense, with a whip nonstop. But I put the heat on Gumshoe just a little bit. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. You're a freaky ass judge, bro. You can't get nothing past me. I know why you're allowing it. That's fine, though. Oh, alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. Such a pushover. This is the costume of the defendant. Okay, press him on this. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. There's blood on the costume. The episode showed that it was the victim's blood. The victim's blood. I don't know how to say both. That's not in British. I was just trying to give him a Jersey accent like I always do. So it's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... Oh no. If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad. Not enough time. Let's move on. Yes, Miss von Karma is perfectly correct. Not even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Why is Miss von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Miss von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Looks like my time is up. I don't know. Okay, so the one thing wrong about her costume could be the fact that, okay, wait, let's go to profiles. We have Maya. Oh, wait, so Maya's 18 too? So both Maya and Franziska von Karma are both 18. Became a prosecutor in Germany. I thought she was 16 or like 15 or something in the last game. Huh? That's crazy work. I mean, I don't really know of any super like I don't know. There is one thing wrong. Let's see if we can do something. We got to pull something up. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, Bao? Where is this problem you're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. I hate these guys. Oh, there's a hole. There's a hole. The problem I have with this costume is here. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie. I got worried. I didn't see that hole at first. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? That wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Order! 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 This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Nice costume updated in the court record. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Oh, sorry. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say it's something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... Oh, no way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Okay. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We can find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. We're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. Sorry, Papa, there's even okay. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more. Okay, that's right. All right. Let's see. So the number one thing that I'm thinking, we have to figure out how they fought back. I mean, it feels. I'm so mad we don't have the 3D thing anymore. It would be so cool to examine it, but something about this is not right. So let's try to hold him on that, but let's go ahead and save just in case. Just in case. Let's present this. This is kind of strange. Okay, let's go. We got it. First try. Objection! Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call you my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? You're right. Seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Karma. It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Oh my gosh, bro. This is not looking good at all. Why, that's right. Who did you whip there? Who did you whip? Which means The defense has yet to prove anything at all. No. Well, that is true. Oh my gosh. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Ah! Why'd you just hit Gumshoe for? Oh, okay. Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Ah! Bro, she is a trip, bro. I feel like she's gonna grow on me though. But she's pissing me off because she's hitting everybody in here and the judge isn't doing anything. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. What transpired? What actually happened here? During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Okay, so he's claiming that, okay, in this scenario, what you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright? On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. Alright. Let's hear it. What actually transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw it. Okay, let's press M on this. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant, and in body strength, and it seems unlikely, the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Karain channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Karain channeling technique. Damn, she did her homework! Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it. Never mind, let's continue with the testimony. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Oh wait, hold on, that's right. I forget we're pressing. Okay. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness? Ah! Sorry! While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Okay. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. Yeah, see, so that's the contradiction I want to actually talk about right there, is because it sounds like if he did bring that gun, he definitely was doing it for some reason. He definitely was doing it because he knew that the nurse would be channeled and that he was going to try to, I don't know, maybe he knew that he would be attacked by her because he knew the wrongdoing he was doing. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Okay. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me, I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad, but there's got to be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover... Why do they highlight certain things in red like this? Like it's going to give me a hint. What kind of hint is this, bro? I know what I have to do. This is the point of the game. Okay. So, something... I see a hole. Looks like a bullet hole. That's not going to come up yet. Floor plans. Dr. Gray's autopsy report. Murder weapon was Gray's. 2 shots fired. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took a shot, but because he missed. I'm curious. I'm gonna save it real quick because this might not be the contradiction, but I'm thinking, so before I actually select that, I do want to see what else we have in the bank, and then we're gonna go for it. So it's nothing, it's not gonna be anything like this. I think it's definitely gonna be the 2 shots. Damn it. Okay. Okay, we messed up a little bit. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm so lost. So, during the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. So this is where we, like, I've pressed him multiple times on this. He's saying that he doesn't think that, or he thinks that he would have been at a level 10 of, like, damage done to him with having lost that much blood. Of course, the 2 were fighting. The victim took out his gun. So then the guy who was going to shoot her took out his gun first. The fact that you could select people makes this 10 times harder. This is like airtight as fuck, bro. Because they were too close. Because he took a shot, he missed. We don't have a diagram. Nah, bro. I don't fucking get it. They were fighting. The 2 were fighting. Victim took out his gun, went to shoot, missed. So then the person stabbed? Like, what were the sequence of events? So he was stabbed first. The victim used last strength to fight back, sir. The defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the 2 were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. I literally have nothing. Like, bro, am I high? Okay, so I had to look this up. Because I'm not gonna lie, this whole thing was so airtight. So what I'm seeing here is that during the cross-examination of what transpired, right? It says, Gumshoe's testimony. Poor Gumshoe testifies again. Present Maya's costume to the 4th statement. Okay, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. Missing the tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. What? What do you mean? The little hole has created a huge hole in your testimony. Yeah, Phoenix, explain this to me, bro. I'm lost. I'm fucking lost, bro. Explain this. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the 2 of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burning the costume? But isn't that what they were just saying? Is that it smelled like it? Did the judge say or not say that the damn robes had a gunpowder scent on them? Gunpowder burn. This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. See, my thought was, here is where I was coming from. The testimony is airtight because when they were talking about the gun smoke, for one thing, they literally said the robes smell like gun smoke. So me in my head, oh, that's not weird. Double that with the fact that he just said, they didn't say shot at point blank. They just said that they were in close range, meaning that they were close enough. Sure, there still may be the gun smoke, but I would have thought like he wasn't like literally right up against her shooting her. They were fighting, I assume, pulled away, pulled back, pulled out the gun, then shot him after he missed. It's the tiniest thing that really pisses you off when you play it because they literally sometimes will cover it up to the best of their ability to make it such an obscure piece of evidence and then try to double back like, nah, player, we already talked about this. We talked about this already. The judge said he smelled the smoke. I assumed that they just weren't point blank. I thought maybe they got some distance or something. When I walked in, it looked like she was on the right and he was on the left. I could be wrong. See, that's the problem with playing 2D game. Let's just play. See, now I'm gonna start going into game design and shit, and y'all don't want that. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the hole. Oh, but there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. Whatever, y'all got it. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Phoenix. When did I must have missed it, okay? Maybe I'm probably just talking out of my ass here. Maybe I missed it. I swear to you, I don't remember them saying anything. I remember seeing stabbed at point blank. I don't remember seeing anything about shot at point blank. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. Maybe, I think when they were talking about getting shot in the head, when he got shot, was he shot in the head? I'm so confused, bro. Let's just let it play out. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you could punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How is that? That's what I'm saying! See, girl, you and me on the same page, because this shit don't make sense to me. As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. Okay! Okay! And? The sky is blue, the grass is green, this shit doesn't make sense. It remains to be seen. The victim would not have the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Says who? And who's to say that Maya didn't push his ass back afterwards because he tried to shoot her? Well then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. See, that's what I'm saying. Yo, put me on the defense or on the prosecutor's table. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. There, that would satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. It makes sense. Stop it. What? I don't even remember what we were talking about. I'm too busy still trying to freaking remember the story and how it actually, like, occurred, bro. Nothing makes sense. Something doesn't make sense. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal flaw? Ah! Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make a final blow. And then, she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. I can't do this anymore, bro. Let it end. Just let it end. Like, what? What would even contradict this 2 shots? Bears the fingerprints. Is it the fact that they both got... What? There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Oh my gosh, I missed it! It was in the autopsy report the whole time! Oh my gosh, bro. Stabbed in the chest and then shot at point blank. Alright, well that's part 1. Part 2. Diagram of the channeling chamber. Hey look, Capcom. I'm sorry. It was a small detail I missed, okay? It really just goes to show that people who are doing this in real life have got a lot of attention to detail and good memory. I don't remember shit. Murder weapon was grazed. 2 shots fired. Bears, Maya's, and Gray's. Is it the gun? Take a look at this. Why are you showing this to me, pal? Prosecutor von Karma's explanation, this piece of evidence. Do not contradict. Huh? Looks like you need to use your brain a little more, pal. Being lectured by Gumtree of all people. Come on, hurry up and get the thinking cap on. She put some distance between rushing to the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. There must be a piece of evidence and contradicts his thinking. Oh, the costume, the blood splatter. Take a look at this. Okay, yep, well. Yep, skip it. Okay, so it was the folding screen. This is the evidence that destroys your logic. I'm lost at this point. Y'all probably already know this after my rant a couple minutes back. But I'm lost. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. And nobody knows. I'm just pulling evidence out of my ass. And nobody cares. They are letting me do this. I have no clue what I'm talking about. A folding screen, so what? People can move. We are talking like these are 2 set pieces in a room. And that there couldn't be an instance of gunpowder not spraying on some robes. Well, whatever, bro. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Ooh, where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these 2 really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... When the shot was fired, Maya, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Okay. Alright, you got it. Order, this changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray. And why didn't they put the damn icons on there for me? See, this is the thing that I be saying. Setting me up to fail. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. So, pa-boom, okay? It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground, which means Maya was not prepared to strike because the defendant was near this area here. So what she actually was doing... What? Was he firing? If he had the gun that shot and was fired at here, she would be standing here. Or here? I don't know. I assumed that they were in the same spot. Why the fuck is she doing this shit over here if she should be right here, near him? Cause weren't they holding hands or some shit? So she was standing over near the folding screen. Why? Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. Why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. Do you think this defendant changes everything? I'm just winging it, bro. I don't know. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aimed to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? And where did the blood come from? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured that to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be such that smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? It's all my fault? How is it my fault? You can start by repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. But punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of the detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and peace out real quick. I will see you guys when the scene flips again. Yeah, we peace out after this for a second. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Alright, yeah. I'll see you guys later, bro. I'm out of here.